If you've been to a CrossFit gym, if you're listening to this podcast, if you've ever been to CrossFit, or if you haven't been to CrossFit, you'll know that the majority of the people who go to an average CrossFit gym are just your average Joe, mom, dad, whoever, college student, just looking to get a good workout in a few days a week, loves the community. That's where I was at. I just loved the competition, the community. I wasn't really looking to go to like the CrossFit Games or anything like that. I just wanted to, challenge myself and, alter my body composition a little bit. And at that point in time in my own life, I was very food focused. I was very struggling myself with trying to find something that worked for me. And so that's kind of, I found keto for myself. And then when I went into this study, I was, very passionate about learning more about it. And so within the CrossFit gym that this study was done in, was, like I said, non-elite CrossFit athletes. So they were just kind of like moms and dads and some other college students. And the study was looking at the body composition changes. So not necessarily looking at performance increases. That was obviously a metric that we tracked. So it was a 6-week study, and we divided a group of 32 participants randomly into 2 groups. One was the keto group, one was the average standard American diet group, and we did body composition metrics to start off and throughout, so DEXA scans, all of that jazz. We tested their training, so we implemented some training, like pre-study training in terms of their performance outcomes, and then we compared those at the end. And what we found, the overall results of the study, were that the ketogenic diet group was able to statistically, I can never say that word, significantly reduce their body fat compared to the average American diet group without compromising their performance overall. And one thing I do like to make sure that I emphasize here is that we know that CrossFit is a very glycolytic sport, especially with like elite CrossFit athletes. But again, to kind of make sure we're painting the picture correctly here, your average CrossFit class is about 45 minutes to an hour long, but only about 10 to 15 minutes of that class is typically working in a glycolytic state. We know that if you've ever been to a CrossFit class, typically the first like half hour, 45 minutes is a lot of strength and skill work, right? We're working on developing the skill of snatches, power cleans, all of that. And then maybe the last, 10, 15 minutes on average, right? Typical. Some classes will be different. Sometimes you'll do a longer, Metcon or whatever it may be, but typically that Metcon is only about 10, 15 minutes, right? So the majority of the time they're actually working more so in that strength and skill work. And so that's something I always like to mention, because a lot of people don't realize that. They think, oh, CrossFit, glycolytic, right? So that's something to just think about as well when we're talking about the kind of that side of things.